Hello everyone, I hope you're all in a good mood and ready to play with some papers because that's what we're going to be doing today. I wanted to end my week on a happy note, and I thought no better way than to sit here and to play with paper, and that's what I'm doing here. This is a little tag I've just made, and I made these little suitcases you can see there, and I originally made 5 suitcases, or was making 5 suitcases to fit on this tag, but I measured my suitcases. Is me thinking 2 inches, 2 inches will go into 6. I don't know why I thought that would go into 6 inches high. That's what this tag is 6 inches high and 3.5 inches wide. I think it's 3.5 inches wide. Yes, it is 3.5 or 9 centimeters wide by 6 or 15 centimeters high. So I thought I would come along and show you how I made this tag, and so I'll show you through it. And I've got a little metal charm there with little keys on there, and then I what I do, I scrunch this little tag up here to make it look vintage, and backed it on some brown paper, so that's there. And then these little suitcases that I made out of various little elements, and then they're just the right size to put in some little tickets and some postcards, and I've got some stamps up the top here and some little receipts that you would probably collect when you're traveling. So I'm still, I'll show you the behind. Here's a little pocket here that I made, and you got a little bookmark here, and then this flips out, and then I've made a little side pocket here again, and I've just added some extra tags there that I can play with as I'm working in my journal. So that's the little flip out, and then this opens up, and here we go, we've got some hidden journaling space in here. So as I said, I was just playing around making this tag, and I'm still on a travel theme because I'm wanting to finish my travel journal before I go away. So you don't have to use a travel theme, you can use anything, but I want to show you how I made these little suitcases because I think they're so cute. And I've got one ready to go. Here's another one that I made. As I said, I was making 5 of them, so I've done 4, and so I'll show you how I've done the 5th one. So these are 2 inches, and this is 1 inch. The lid is 1 inch tall, and you just some of them you can cut them shorter, some longer. It depends on what kind of suitcase you want to make. Some with rounded edges, whatever you want to do. And then for the little handles, and I'll take these little tickets out and I can show you the little suitcases here. They've got one's got a little strap on here, and I'll be able to show you better on this one here. Yeah. So you've got little straps and the little buckles here and the little handles and these little brads and these little things here. I had some of these embossed stickers that I've had in my stash for many years, and I've never known really what to do with them. So I finally found a use for them, and then what did I do? Then I've got these little screw heads there that I used as well as embellishments on here, and you'll see that I've used them on this little suitcase on there just to act as hinges, I suppose. It doesn't really have to make sense. Just something extra on there. And these are the little brads I've used black and silver. And then these are little those half pearl brads. You just have the things on the back there. So you do a hole and put them on the back. So that's what I use for those. And then I bought some little charms. I forgot I bought them until I found them today. These little charms for traveling, and they're a little plain, and there's a little postcard, which So it was so cute, a bike and a clock and a bag, and so I want to use some of them up. So I will put these aside and I'll show you how I did this. When I'm making a bunch of things, I usually like to try and make a little template for myself, or do them in batches and kind of work like I'm on a production line. So I'll make all of one element at a time. And here is the straps that I made. And these are actually something I made out of cotton fabric. I just painted them. Excuse my inky fingers. And the other side, I just put some Mod Podge or something on there to get it glossy. And you can use either side. Some I've used on the glossy side and some I've used on the other side. As I said, I've just used some acrylic paint or watercolor paint, doesn't matter, or inks to color the cotton. And when you put Mod Podge or a fabric sealant or whatever on there, they get a little bit stiff. So I've cut them out, and they're these little straps. They act like the little leather straps. And I'll have to get my tweezers because these things are so small. And then I use the same fabric to make the little handles here. So that's my little template, and I just place it on, losing it, place it on the fabric and then cut them all out. And then to do the buckles here, I had some black or dark brown paper here, and you can see I didn't have any what do you call it, diamond glaze or any of those things, so I just used some clear nail polish and I just tipped it out on this paper, and I used the topper to spread it out and let it dry. And then on the back I drew a little template like this, and I drew these on here, and then I got my I actually used my little craft scissors, and I just went along and cut the middles here on the mat there. Just cut the little like that. It's easy enough. And then I went in and I cut all around to the corners like so. Like that. And then you can cut along the straight edges, and the middle's done. That I do this before I cut them out because it's easier to hold them this way. So, and I only need 2 more at the moment because there's only one suitcase to go. So, and there, I'm doing this without my glasses on, which is very brave of me. Okay, so you get the idea there, and then I just get my bigger scissors and I cut them out. And I made these a little bit bigger than I ended up with, so put that aside there. So all I did was, there's little buckles, and I just went around with the little scissors and I just cut a little bit off. And I should put my glasses on first, and then I'll be able to see what I'm doing. So I just trimmed a little bit off because I thought they were a little bit too thick. I think I made them about 1/2 inch, so if I cut them down to about 1/4 inch, it will make them not look so bulky. Okay, so those 2 are ready to go, and I've got there's my little suitcase ready to go. I cut it out of cardstock. This is heavy cardstock, but some I just cut out of paper, and I've cut the edges so they're not, the edge of the suitcase top is not so straight, just to give it that vintage look. And then I inked around the edges, and then so the next thing is to put these elements all together. And I've got, this is so I'll do that first, I think, and while it dries we can get on with the tag. So it's just a matter of gluing this onto the back of the suitcase. Keep you in shot because I've got you closer in so you can see what I'm doing better. So put that on there, squish that down, and then the next thing I did was I glued, I've got these little bits of paper. I just cut little triangles here, and they will go on the edges here of the suitcases to give those protective pieces on the old-fashioned suitcases that you used to see, vintage suitcases. So I'll glue them on. This is, to me, is the fun part. I like doing these little elements. They're so cute. And I got the images, the idea of vintage suitcases from the internet. I just looked up to see what vintage suitcases look like, just to give me an idea of what to put on them. And there we go. And then I did this bit here. So I've got a shiny side and a flat side. So I'll have the shiny side up to show that it's a handle, like a one of those plastic handles or wooden handles or something. I don't know, I'm just making it up as I go. And need a tissue because I added too much glue, I think. Get some of that off. Okay, and then I just eyeball it where it goes in the center, and you want these little bits to go up far enough so that when you put the brads on, they'll look like they're in the right position. So do that, and then I'm going to add a little element to the top, and I'm not quite sure which one out of these things. Thought I add something to the top like I did with the others, and I might just cut the top of this one off. Oops, I don't want much. My scissors, just that bit there. And peel it back, and it's sticky on the back, but I don't like that stickiness. It makes it really stiff, but I don't know whether it's going to come off this time. I got it off with the tweezers last time. It mightn't come off. This glue doesn't keep it down. I find it doesn't stick permanently, so I try and take it off, and it makes it very stiff. So let's see if I can get this off. Okay, there you go. And then it's just vinyl virtually on the back there, and I use some fabric glue on here. There we go. Can't believe the state of my fingers. I don't know whether I'm ever going to get them clean again. Feels that way some days when you're working with inks and stuff. I think they're never going to come clean again. Okay, so that's that little embellishment on there. And then what else was I going to do? Put the brads on. I suppose I could do that now. And I had my little mat, foam mat here, and my awl. here, move that over, straighten it up a little bit, and then I just punch a hole in there big enough to put the brad through. There we go. And my little brads are in here. I'm using black ones this time. I can get it up. Okay, I'll punch it through the hole. And split it out the back. Okay. I hope I don't lose it. That would be. Okay, there we go. So that's done. And because this is going to be a pocket, you want to cover the back of these brads up. So I like to use, instead of sticky tape, which I don't know, I always feel like it's going to disintegrate one day, I just put some masking tape on there. I feel like it's going to stay there a lot longer than the sticky tape. That's just my personal preference. So okay, so the next thing is put these straps on, and I'm going to do it on the shiny side on here, and I think I might have to cut them down. I'll just see. I grab this and just slide it through, do the neat edge up the top, so slide it through here. I said I was going to do it on the shiny side. There we go. So fiddly little things sometimes. And it'd be good if I clean off the tops of my tweezers. They're a bit sticky. So it's just a matter of positioning them where you want them, and move this. I have this little buckle halfway over the center here, where the, yes, I could have cut that off a little bit. Okay, I move this up so it's halfway over this seam line, like that, and then I do the other side. Oops. And so I'll take this mat away. Actually, yes, I will. And I'll use this mat. And so I don't need that. I need this bit here. I don't need them anymore. So I'll move them aside. And I'll use this. Don't lose that. It'll disappear faster than you can imagine. And because this is fabric, I'm using fabric glue. But if you're going to use paper to make these straps, then you could use, just any tacky glue. I dab some on the end, and then over the buckle, and then the other end, and you can see I place it down the bottom first, and then move that buckle in position where I want it, and make sure it goes up to the top like that. And then just to give it a little bit of authenticity, I just push that bottom part of the strap up to bend over the buckle, so it looks, I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, not really. Maybe if I do it a bit more dramatic, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Move that one off, just so it gives the dimension there. You're not going to see it. So I've just bunched it up here, so there's a crease in the fabric or in the strap, just to give the illusion that this buckle is three-dimensional. So you don't have to do that. It's just something that I wanted to do. So that's that side, and then it's just the other one now. Now where's my buckle and the strap? Thread it through. Okay, and I'll put glue on the back. And I must fill up my glue bottle. It's getting down a bit. The buckle's turned around. Okay, and then going from the bottom, move this down where you need it, halfway. Come on. Turn it around. Because these don't have to be perfectly straight, because you know they are straps, and with a vintage suitcase they're not perfect, and I don't know why this is sticking where I don't want it to stick. Okay, I have to move it out. It doesn't want to behave itself. Okay. Try and get it in the right position, and then bunch that up at the bottom if I can. Okay, there we go. There's a little suitcase. It is so cute. And then this little thing here I'm putting in the middle to act as like a keyhole, even though it doesn't look like a keyhole. That's what it's going to imply. If I can get a hold of it, I'll put some glue on the back while it's lying there. There you go. And put it in the middle here, so it looks like a keyhole. And I'll cut the excess off. And there's a little suitcase. Isn't it so cute? Just think it's so adorable. Okay, we'll get on with making the tag now. Move all that aside. And put the lids on the glues. Okay. And I've got ahead and got the tag ready. I haven't cut the corners out, but we'll do that last or down the track. So on this, I've backed this paper onto some cardstock, just plain cardstock, or some packaging cardstock. And then on the back, I got some paper, some decorative paper, and I cut it out and I put it on here, but I cut some extra out. And so this, I just folded it over like that, and then instead of making this fold out here, I thought I'd just do something different and have that fold out. I would just make a side pocket, and I cut out a bit of a map, and I don't know whether it's upside down or not. I think it goes like that. And if I put it on here, and then I'll close the top and bottom, and that will be a side pocket. And I've got my little, because we're going at the end of this month, so I've got my little calendar there, and I've just backed it on some black cardstock, so that will go in as a pocket, side pocket. And I will glue this on now. There you go. And then I think I'll cut these corners out now. I mean, you might not want to cut the corners out. You might want to keep them straight and have it more as a journal card. That's up to you. But I want to do it this way, so I want them to look like tags. And also to show that you can, you know, kind of have a tag shape even if you've got flip outs or pockets at the back. So that's all ready to go. And now I can just glue this down at the top and the bottom there. Close it up as a side pocket, So that's all ready to go, and to house my little card there. And then on the front here, we can place our pockets. I've got another little tag here. It's like a little ticket, and I've already put a eyelet in there, because I'm sure you know how to put eyelets in by now. And then I need some string. I'm just using this jute webbing string that I got at the hardware store or the gardening store, and I cut off some here, and it's just a matter of threading this one on. Except before I do that, I want one of these, and I thought I might use the plain, because we'll be going on several planes. And take that off, and then I can thread this through. This is a narrower hole than the last one, but hopefully I'll get it through. Yes, no, I'm not, so I might do it differently this time and thread it single thread through. Okay. If I couldn't get through, I could just put some sticky tape around the end and then thread it through. But I got there and here, and then I could just tie these off first in a knot. There's several ways you can do this, but I thought this might be the easiest way, and just leave the knot above there, and then I need a hole, don't I? It won't work without the hole, and I'll do that. And of course I'm a bit fussy. Sometimes I like my holes to be in the center as much as possible. Otherwise it would be a disaster if I just tried to eyeball it sometimes, and still doesn't look in the center to me. But anyway, there we go. And then I've got one of these large eyelets here. Oops, put in the hole. So close that up. Oh, wrong way. Squish it down. These ones are pretty good for. Oh, I thought I made a mistake then. I thought I can't open the flap. It's not a flap, it's a side pocket, so that's fine. And then we just thread the string through. I could tie it at the top or thread both of them through, and I'm going to get this in the wrong place. It should go this way, I think, from the back. Oh, and I got it around the right way. Okay. Yes, that will sit that way. And then you can cut this off, or I'm going to tie another knot in the end here, and then just trim this off the end like that. And that's that part, and I should have done the other first. So it's just a matter of choosing which one to put on the front and which one to put on the back. And I've put that way, that I put it on back upside down. So I like the bigger pocket at the front, and I might have the back pocket like that. So we need to do the back pocket first. So I'm going to use fabric glue to glue it down. Okay, get it back in position. A bit of an angle, not too much. And I push the ends in, so it gives you a little bit more room in here to put something in. So there's a little bit of a gap, and sometimes because there's a stiff cardboard, it takes a while for the glue to adhere it. So I just put some clamps on, and then I can do the front one, and I'll cover that up. Good thing that I saw that in time. Put some masking tape. Put it over there. It's nice and neat. Okay. And the glue. So I really enjoy making these little suitcases. I mean, you can, go to town, and I was thinking about just painting them, or downloading some from the internet. But then I thought, I used to do this a long time ago, is make them with all the little elements, and I thought, well, I want to do that again. It takes a little bit more time than just printing something off the internet already done, but hopefully it will give that unique touch to your journals. And I need some more clamps. Okay. Oops. Okay. There we go. And there's our journal. There's our tag made. And I love the little plane. I think he's adorable. And then when the glue dries, I can place that in there, and it's done. So I really love these little tags. They're just so cute, so unique. And now we can put all these little elements back in. Little tickets and a calendar and the little postcards. And those ones. There you go. Okay, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and or leave a comment down below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please think about subscribing to my channel, because I've got lots more videos to go, and lots more ideas to show you. But for now, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I wish everybody a happy crafty day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.